Hi all, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a trifold tag, and what I've done differently, because there's a lot of videos out on this, and probably someone else has done it this way as well, is that normally the edges are sewn up, which means that they just become pockets in the tag. But what I've turned the pockets into in this case are flaps. So here's our first flap, and you can journal on it, and you've got your ephemera to also journal on, and that closes, and then that opens up for you to journal on, as well as a place to journal on your ephemera, and that closes, and then that opens up in order for you to be able to journal, as well as on your ephemera. And when you turn it around, you can actually journal at the back, and it all goes into place and is held by a paper clip, and you can put your journal cards in it again, your ephemera, and they are held together as well by the paper clip. So today we are going to make this. Let's get started. What you will need is you will need a tag that is already cut out, and this tag measures 6 inches or by 3 inches, so 6 inches long, 3 inches wide, and in centimeters that would be 7 3/4 centimeters wide by 15.5 centimeters long. So I've already cut out the tag and I've already punched it, and now I'm going to show you how to cut out the 3 folds. So you would have to take a piece of cardboard. I'm using very light cardboard, and the reason being is that I don't want the tag to be very bulky, as well as just to be able to score it so that it flaps nicely, and they sit well together and they're not too bulky. So what you would need to do is you would need to take a cardboard the width of the tag. So I just wanted to show you this for demonstration purposes in terms of how you should cut this out. And then you would cut out your 3 pieces. So here's your first piece. Okay. And the measurements of that is the highest part is 4 inches, and then it comes down to 3/4 inch. So what I did was I marked 4 inches and I marked 3/4 inches by measuring it from the bottom to the top, and then I drew a line across, and then I cut it with my scissors. And then there's the second and that in centimeters. So the highest part from the bottom to the top will be 10 centimeters, and the lower part will be from the bottom to the top, it will be 8 centimeters. So you cut diagonally on that. And there's your second piece here, which will lie on this side. And in inches, the highest part is 2 3/4 inches, and the lower part is 2 1/4 inches. And if you're looking at it in centimeters, it's 7 centimeters from bottom to top, and 5.5 centimeters on the lower part. And then there's your third piece, which will go on this side, so you get that diagonal. And this flap here, in inches, it is 1.75 inches, 1.75 inches, and the lower part is 1.25 inches. And if you're looking at it in centimeters, it's 4.5 centimeters and 3 centimeters. Okay. So what I wanted to show you how to do here is that, let's say this was a piece of cardboard, which was the exact width of the tag. So what you're going to do is that you are going to line it up, and you are going to cut it. Or better still, you are going to line it up here, and you are going to cut it. Let's do the first one to 4 centimeters, and make a mark there, And then we said the bottom one is 3 3/4 centimeters. So I'm going to line it up to 3 3/4 centimeters, and that would be the, sorry, not centimeters, inches, my apologies. And then you would have a draw a line like that, and then you would just use your scissor or your paper trimmer, and you would cut that out. Okay, so then all you do is you flip it around to cut your second piece, and then I want to show you what happens so that you don't waste paper. Once you flip it around to cut your second piece, you are going to have something that looks like this. So here's one that I actually tried to straighten out here. So you're going to have something that looks like this, and in order to be able to cut your third piece, just draw a straight line across, then you are able to cut cut it out, and now you have a straight line, well, straight line, in order to be able to cut your third piece out. Okay, so that you don't waste any paper or cardboard. Okay. So once you have your 3 pieces, you are then going to cover them up. Let's cover the tag first, and then we will cover the pieces or the flaps. So I've used an old pie box, and I'm going to keep this as my back, and I am going to flip it around and use this as the front because I am going to cover it. Okay. Maybe not this glue. Let's try this, it dries faster. I'm just going to line it up with the bottom or the edges. And we'll leave that to dry, and while that is drying, we can go on to the rest of the flaps to cover them. And this is part of my Christmas cheer digital kit, and you can find that in my Etsy store. I will leave a link below to it. So I'm busy trying to make some ephemera for my Christmas cheer kit. This is not part of my Christmas cheer kit. This one here was just something that I threw together, and I will go and check if I have it, and then I will let you know. Okay, so what I want on the top, for the top flap, I would like to use this paper over here. So I'm going to cover that as well. Oh dear, did I do the right thing? And then let's cover this one. So if this one is going that direction, it means that this one must go in that direction, which means that this paper needs to be the top. So the easiest way is to flip it over and turn it around, and then add your glue. Oopsie. Okay, so trying to line up the edges. Okay. And then the last piece is going to go in this direction to match the first one. So once again, put it there, flip it over, and then we know that we need to glue it this way. I'm sure you will find a much easier way to do this than I am doing it, and so whatever works for you, that's the way you must use. Great stuff. So we leave these to dry, and let's cut this out in the meantime. Okay, so what we're going to do quickly over here is we're going to take some distress ink, and in keeping with the theme, I'm going to use more of a gray, which is hickory smoke, and I'm going to quickly ink up the edges. Okay, now that we're done with that, what we're going to do now is that we are going to take these, and in order for them to be able to flip out these flaps, we need to be able to score them before we glue them down. So here's the scoreboard, and I am going to score each one of them at 1/2 inch. Sorry, I lied, not 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Let's start gluing our pieces together. So you will just apply your glue on the ends over here, the score part, the one that we scored. And you line it up to the top and to the bottom. Sorry, not the top, the side and the bottom. and you glue it down. Okay, so we're a little bit long on that side. Oh no, not really. The reason why was that it moved out of place. And that looks okay. Then we'll trim off the edges if there are pieces that are sticking out the back. Then you line this to the bottom, always lining to the side, lining your piece with your sides to, in line with your tag side, in your bottom of your flap in line with the bottom of the tag. And then the last piece. Once again, lining the flap side to the side of the tag and the flap bottom to the bottom of the tag. Let's make sure that they are stuck. Oopsie, oopsie. Making sure that they are stuck well. That doesn't help. I don't allow the glue to dry. It doesn't help at all. So we'll leave this to dry a little bit for a few seconds, and then let's look at what we are going to use to be able to embellish it or add our ephemera. So this is also 2 tags from my Christmas kit, and all I've done is that I've taken one of the ephemera sheets and I've printed them 2 to a page to reduce the size of those tags, and then these are the original size of the tickets. So I've just taken the tickets and I have printed them out, and I'm trying my best to use the packaging that I receive for when we do online shopping, or you know, you get the brown paper bags. So I'm trying my best to use that instead of cardboard. Here as well, I actually backed it up with the pie box on this one. Trying to use my scraps, trying to recycle as much as possible. Okay. Now that should be dried. Now I wanted to show you this here because we're going to add those reinforcements. But so once again, that is a brown paper bag that I cut the holes from, or punch the reinforcements from. And this is the punch that I managed to use. It's 1 inch plus. I'm sorry, I threw the packaging away, so I'm going to have to go onto the website to find out who actually makes this. But here I bought this from an online shop called Shop and Scrap, and all you do is you know, you put your paper in, and then you are able to punch it. The only, you know, bad part or downside of this is that you've got to kind of play around with it in order for it to come out. There's nothing in it at the moment, but I just wanted to let you know. And then you also can't really see you know, how far I mean, how you would punch it in, but I think it works. I mean, you get used to it after a while. You kind of get used to knowing where to punch. Okay, so let's add that in. And what I like about this is I can use up my scraps, and I can summer punch it in any color that I want, as long as I have that colored paper available. And some might not like it, but I do like it. It does make a hole bigger than the normal punch that we have, but I kind of like it. I like that little bit that shows over there, so it gives it a nice look. That's what I think. Yes. And then if you want to, which I'm not going to do on this one here, is you can then stencil the back if you would like, in order to, you know, make it a little bit more well, prettied up a bit, I would say. So before we complete this project, let's see, there is a bit that is sticking out. Just neatening it up. Sorry about that. Okay, and let's add some ribbon to it. I'm all thumbs today. There we go. So if we have to take a page to put this into, let's see what that's going to look like. So I haven't yet started my Christmas journal, but I thought I would show you how I made this, because I did make it for my spring journal, but as I mentioned previously, my spring journal is getting way too fat, so I didn't want to add another one of that in there because it is a bit bulky. Okay, so there's the one in the spring journal, the one that we started off with, my sample. And let's just add this here and see how that looks. So that's how it looks. Yes. Oh, that's it. So you can add it to your journal, or if you want to, you can even glue the 3 sides and you can make it into a pocket where you can flip another card into it. So for example, let's just say if you glue it on all 3 sides, then you can flip the card into it in this manner as well. So I hope you like that project. Very simple and very quick to do. And thank you for watching. If you felt that this video useful and if you enjoyed it, then please do give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and also hit the notifications bell so that you are notified every time I upload another video. Once again, thank you from Santhony, Sunny Creates. And I'm just going to add the measurements for you as well, if that makes sense, so that you know what sizes to use should you decide to use the very same sizes. So It's in inches as well as in centimeters. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely day. Be blessed and stay safe. Bye bye.